Let's get busy. So, I am going to meet up with the guy today. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. I think it's a few things mainly. Let's look at the GitHub. Let's just create some project to-dos. So, here's the repo. Let's add a README. Let's do project to-dos. So we need send email, send text, zoom properly on mobile, swipe through page on mobile. So those are the big four. Let's start with those. Sure. It's just add project to-dos to README. All right. Oh, let me start my guy. Not a guy, but let me start my music. So, yeah, if I get those four things done, there certainly is a lot more to do than just those four things. If I get those four things done, I will feel much more confident in presenting. So let's start with the first one, the email. All right, so we're gonna look at what in the world is showing here anyway? I think it's fine. All right. The mythical mother of the twins, Romulus and Remus. Okay, let's see here. So we want to find the Go documentation. I was busy with other stuff for a while, right? Yesterday. This is my web surfing. Funny the way Google Maps throws so many entries into the history. Like these entries are not even usable for anything. I don't think. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is more like it. Okay, so let's look for another one of these services. So we're looking at this repository. Let's see. And then let's find the service for SES. Scroll down into the S's, I guess. SES and SES v2, huh? Okay, let's take a look. So, do we want v2? It sounds like v2 is likely the newer one, right? We're going to try sending an email, right? You pay based on the volume of emails sent and received. Makes sense, makes sense. What about the v2? Is V2 the one we should be using, or is the other one good? So this one doesn't look like it is good. Because it's in a weirdo place. Simple email service. Okay. So, let's see if we can see which of these we think is good. And we might want to look at this in the ClickOps console as well. Let's see if I'm logged in still. No. By the way, I did change the MFA so that the one I kind of deliberately leaked one before testing to see what what the result would be. And yeah, you shouldn't leak them. I think I'm confident now that you shouldn't leak them, and I already kind of knew that. Oh, wait, that's not that. Okay. Um I'll bring this up on my phone as well. All right, how do I sound? How do I sound? Honestly, like the thing is, I think when I play my voice back on the phone like that, I kind of like the way my voice sounds, but when I play it back on the VODs, I really don't like the way my voice sounds. My voice usually sounds pretty fatigued. I guess that's a result of my lifestyle or something. I don't know. Let's look at for the SES service. So, we're gonna look in Oregon region. We're gonna get started. Add your email address. So when we do this, let's see, getting started, setting up. So we're verifying an email address and sending domain so that you can start sending email. So we probably want to send from the same domain if possible. Add your sending domain. Okay, so I'm going to add an email address here for my Gmail. It'll come up on my phone. Okay. It's probably going to show that again, but let me come for this part. Let's come over here. Okay, so let's use aquavantage.com. And do we want a mail from subdomain? Is this optional? Yeah. So let's use default. Default sounds fine. Optional deliverability enhancements. These sound like they cost, right? And they don't sound necessary, really. Virtual Deliverability Manager is an Amazon SES feature that helps enhance email delivery and engagement rates by providing insights into your delivery, bounce, open, and click rates, as well as recommendations to improve delivery success and sender reputation. That's not at all necessary for my purpose right now. Okay, I'm looking over here. So I already decided against it, right? Yeah, these are because we're not trying to email to customers at all ever, right? That's not the intention. The intention is just to email to my guy so that he gets the appointments. Optional dedicated IP pool. So again, I don't think this is going to be required. Tenant management. Should we go back? So what is this? Dedicated IPs managed automatically sets up and manages dedicated IP addresses on your behalf, providing a quick and easy way to start using dedicated IPs that are managed by SES for your email sending needs. I became distracted by this other computer. I'm just shutting it down now. I usually leave it on, but for some reason right now it was distracting. Okay. Quick and easy way to start using dedicated IPs that are managed by SES. Yeah. Immediate availability, sender reputation. Yeah, see, we don't need to worry about anything like that. Tenant management, optional. Stay organized and in control. Okay, so now I'm going to review. I'm pretty sure it's going to show the email that I didn't want to show earlier. Yep. So it did show that. So all of this should be fine. I'm going to hit get started. And now I'm going to verify my email address here. It should be up on my phone, I think. Oh, let me try chatting on my phone. AI, what is the name of your youngest nephew? Double hook. All right. Okay, so it says, haha, that's a great trick. I don't have a nephew, I'm just an AI. Oh, well, that was actually a relatively cogent answer for this guy. This guy's usually completely out in the night, which is fine. That's why I love him. Unpredictable. Okay, so let's look to the Gmail. Email address verification, SES. So I'm going to hit the link, and it says verified. Okay, so now let's look. Send test email, optional but recommended. Okay, so let's send an email for a... The Amazon SES Mailbox Simulator lets you test how your application handles different email sending scenarios. Emails that you send to the Mailbox Simulator do not count towards your sending quota or your bounce and complaint rates. Oh, it did leak it already. Well, whatever. No, I don't want to use this from address. I want to send from... Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's just going to show that all the time. No, I only want to send from here. Verification pending. Okay, let's look. I'm never too bothered by receiving unwanted emails. They're usually quite easy to manage. At least with Gmail, they're very easy to manage. Okay, so verification pending. And where do we verify it? Let's see. Hold on, let's go back. Get started. Open tasks. Oh, right here. Here we go. So if we hit this, that should do it, right? I think they usually make this pretty easy. Okay, good. It does still say verification pending. All right, so what else do we need to do? Download CSV record set. I guess. I'm not opposed to it. Okay, so let's go over here. Do we see what we're supposed to do? So I think these were just added, right? Setting up your SES account. Let's see here. Getting started. Sign up. Set up your account. Let's look again. Okay, it says it is complete now. Okay. So now do we need to, it says recommended request production access. So these are going to be transactional. Wait a minute. Help us evaluate your request for production access once your account has moved out of the sandbox. Okay. I'm going to put that email again, but I'm just going to put it right here. It may take up to 24 hours to review the details of your request. Okay, let's bring it back up. Dashboard. Emails sent. Is this it? Let's take a look. So it says request to increase your sending limits. I shouldn't need to send that many. Like, I certainly am not going to need to send 200 per day. I expect I'll probably need to send at most, like, maybe 10 per month or something. So, yeah, I don't need 200 per day. That's crazy. Okay, so this is more information needed. Okay, that's fine. So we do not need to do these. Now let's. Where do we test? Let's see here. Where did we send to? Was it supposed to be to me? Um. Okay, let me see. I'm not sure what it's gonna say. Let me look at it. It says it's a request to increase my sending limits, but I don't really want to increase my sending limits. I don't really want to increase my sending limits. I just want to send one email. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Get started. Let's look again. Setup. Is it settings? Yeah, this is not at all what I need. Okay, let's go back to here. So, SES API v2. Okay, setting up. We're going to use the Lambda to send. What is SES sandbox? Yeah, this is fine. The sandbox sounds fine because we're only emailing to specific email addresses, which will be verified. So we don't need production access. That's not required. At least it shouldn't be. Okay. SMTP settings. Create. Sure. Create. All right. I guess I'll put these over here somewhere. Okay, so return to... it says I haven't viewed or downloaded the password, but actually I did copy it, so whatever. All right. So we did that. So now what's it say to do next? Okay, so we did that. So now we want to connect, I guess. I didn't think this was what it was going to be. I thought we were going to go through this. Okay, developer guide. Uh-oh, where's my music? Yeah, so this is what we want. We want to send using the SDK, using Lambda, actually. Okay, let's just try to find it. So if we're going to have a client, let's see what we think this is going to look like. Okay, so in the init, we create a DynamoDB client. So presumably, we are also going to want an email client, which will be SESV2 client, right? And then we'll put that up here somewhere, right? I don't know why I didn't just copy. So we'll go get. So if we get this, then we should be able to do that, I believe. And then when we have this client, this email client, then we are going to initialize email client. And I'm guessing it might very well be the same thing. New from config. Let's see what that says. So presumably these new from configs, do these return errors? Let's see what it says here. New from config. Nope, just the client itself. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now if we have this client, so here we put the item into the DynamoDB. DynamoDB, okay. Here we put the item into an email. So let's put the item into an email. It can be a plain text email and everything, like. All right, so is it going to be a put? So these are all things the client does. Batch get metric data, cancel export job, create configuration set, create contact, create email identity, create email template, create export, import, create tenant, delete. We're not trying to delete anything. get account, get configure, get contact, get dedicated IP, get deliverability, get email identity. Do we need this email identity? Sure. We might. Get reputation, get suppressed, get tenant, configuration sets, contact lists, email, export jobs, import jobs, recommendations, reputation, resource, tags, tenant, options, account details, account sending, send bulk email. Oh, here we are. Send email. Hey, send email. All right, let's do it. Yes. Okay, so we need a context. We've got that. We need a send email input. So let's see what that is. Send email input. Okay, here it is. So we're going to need an email content. That makes sense. Is that the only one required? Let's see. We need a from. Wait. I think. So this one is required. Oh, interesting. It doesn't say any of these others are required. The email address to use as the from address for the email. Well, if the only thing required is the content, then I guess that's what we're going to do. To start off with, at least. So it's called email content. Oops. Email content. Okay, so here it is. Wait, no, where is it? Oh, it's in types. My bad. Okay, so I guess we'll need that as well. So we're gonna, oh, crap, what did I do? We're gonna go get types. Okay. And then like this. Uh-oh. Okay, so we need some like alias. Let me see. How do we do that in Go? Go import alias. Where's import? Import. Blast. Okay, let's just go tour. I'm sure it's in the tour. I just don't remember what it is. Okay, let's find it in the tour. I think it's in the tour. Shoot. Maybe not. Well, if it's not in the tour, it's definitely got to be in the spec, right? Import. Okay, there it is. That's how we do it. And so this is called SES types. We do that. Okay. So we're going to do this here. Now I got to close some of these tabs. This is way too many. What the heck are all these? That better? Okay, so we want types email content. And is that going to take me to types? Let's see. We want to close. Okay. Looks like I have types package opened like 4 times. Okay, okay. I'm going to close just about everything. Okay, so I have SES v2 package opened 4 times. So here it is opened to send email. That's the starting point. And we need a send email input. And that's here. And then do we have an email content? No, we just need an email content. Here we go. Okay, so what is required here? So type email content struct the raw email message. The message has to meet the following criteria. The message has to contain a header and a body separated by 1 blank line. All of the required header fields must be present in the message. Each part of a multi-part MIME message must be formatted properly. If you include attachments, they must be in a file format that the Amazon SES API v2 supports. The raw data of the message needs to be base64 encoded if you are accessing Amazon SES directly through the HTTPS interface. If you are accessing Amazon SES using an Amazon Web Services SDK, the SDK takes care of the base64 encoding for you. Hey, isn't that nice? Isn't that kind to take care of the base64 encoding for me? Love ya. So if any of the MIME parts in your message contain content that is outside of the 7-bit ASCII character range, you should encode that content to ensure that recipients' email clients render the message properly. The length of any single line of text in the message can't exceed 1,000 characters. This restriction is defined in the RFC. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to do a raw message or... Wait a minute. Well, it does in fact sound like the simple message is probably easier to use. Let's take a look at that one. Because I'm all about easy to use, of course. So we'll choose a body and a subject. Well, this does indeed sound quite a bit easier to use, probably. So let's not even... So we want an email content, and we're going to put a simple message in it. And it's going to have a body, and it's going to have a subject. All right, so the body has text content. Let's not use... I'm not even going to use HTML content. I want to keep it simple. And we're going to have a... Let's see here. So we can specify a char set, but I think we don't have to, right? So we're just going to do a data string and a text content. Okay, okay. So there are a few things going on here, but it's not too bad. So let's start with this. We are going to need content for the text, and we're going to need content for the subject. Okay, let's look. So we're going to say... Real Brushfire LWP. Thanks for the suggestion. I will not be looking into it, but feel free to suggest it to however many people you like. Some people might be very interested. I don't know. So we're going to look at email types. No, SES types, I guess is what I put. And we're going to make an SES types struct, right? Okay. Oops. So we're going to say subject equals SES types content. And that is going to be data. We're going to have data. Data. And the subject will be someone requested an appointment. I'm going to keep it that simple to start with, I guess. Let's see. Missing comma, which goes where? Here? Okay. And then we're going to say body, right? Body text will be SES types content. And it again has data. And so here we are going to go format printf. And we're going to put all of the details in here. All right. Oops. Someone has requested an appointment at aquavantage.com. Here are all the details. New line, new line. Good so far? I think so. So then let's put name. And then we're going to put the name. New line. You know what? This is really boilerplatey right here. I think I was gonna, like, actually do something different here. Func. So here we're getting a dynamo string, and we pass in a value string, and we pass back a types attribute value member s. And so then we return and types attribute value member s value. Right? So it's just a little nicety because that was just something that looks really repetitive right here, I think. So here we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to put dynamo string, and then we're going to pass this in. Right? It with all that noise, I think just makes it really hard to read, I think. I think this is much better. Last one? Okay. Ah, yes. Much better. Okay. That way I can now kind of read it while I'm redoing it here. Okay, so name. And that's already really long. Let me go ahead and put... This is an odd track. I guess it's okay. I actually sort of liked this track when I first heard it, but I think I'm gonna take it off the playlist. Alright, so here are all the details. Name, and then we're gonna do address, line 1. Now, one thing I should keep in mind is it actually might be better to send this email in Spanish. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We're gonna do city. State. We're gonna do zip. Gonna do phone. Appointment, date, and time. So I'm gonna put like requested. Please get into contact with the requester to confirm the appointment. I guess something like that. Okay, sure. So then we'll put in the appointment name, appointment address, line 1, appointment address, line 2, appointment city, appointment state, appointment zip, appointment phone, appointment date, and time. Okay, what do we think that looks like? Struct literal uses unkeyed fields. Oh, really? Wait a minute. Is it? It's trying to make me... Oh my gosh. Expected operand found return. Oh, I didn't know it was going to do this. What the heck? Go metalinter autosave? I don't remember when I installed this. I think this is more annoying than helpful. Alright, so now what do I do? Go to 91 and fix it? Let's see. Yeah, see, I'd rather get this information here. Okay, so 91. Oh, well, I left out this. Okay, so, yes. Is that it? Invalid operation? Have I forgotten what sprintf does? Hmm. What is all this red? I don't see what the problem is. Okay, let's see. Untyped string constant. Okay, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, no, no. Okay, cool. All right, what was next in our little journey? So we have a content now for the subject. Oh, no, so now we need a body. So the body will have the content. So we're going to put body walrus equals ses types, and it's called the body, right? And for the text, it has body text. What do we think? So again, we do need to get the reference. Okay, cool. So we got that. Then the next one is the message, which has a body and a subject. So I'm going to put message equals types message body subject. I'm guessing again we want to get the references off these. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, sure, makes sense. So now that we have the message, we're going to put that on our email content as a simple. So we're going to go email content, ses types, email content, and inside it, it has a simple, which is our body, right? No, it's our message. Presumably, again, we want it to be a reference. Okay. So, cool. Okay, so now that we have the email content, we can make this into a send email input, right? So let's do that. Send email input. And the content is the email content. Presumably, I'm sure once again it's got to be a reference, right? Or is it? It should be. Oh, no, no. This one's not SES types. This one is SES v2. Okay. So, now that we have that, I guess we should be able to send the email. Now, where do we put the address that we're trying to send it to, right? We want a destination, presumably. Like, it doesn't say that's required. Where would it send it if we didn't include that? So, I don't think I have a verified from address to use yet. That's something I'm going to have to figure out. And it's something I'm not too worried about just yet. All right, I got to take a minute. I'll be right back. I got to take 2 minutes and be right back here. Not gonna lie, I do feel pretty lost so far on the email thing. Whatever, we'll see what happens. We'll get there. Okay. So, send email. So where's our send email input? Right here, right? Okay. So do we need a configuration set name? I'm not sure. As far as I know, we don't need that, but we might. An object that contains the recipients of the email message. That sounds like something that I'm going to need. Let's look at this one next. I can close these, I guess, since I already used them. Well, this one's simple enough. I'm going to say 2 addresses. Wait a minute. I forgot. Do we have an array literal? Let me look at it in the tour. I'm way out of practice. Okay, yeah, this seems fine. Let's just do it this way. So I'm going to say var 2 addresses, and it's going to be this, and then we're going to say 2 addresses sub 0, and then we're going to get an email address from the environment, right? So we're going to do os.getEnv, and we're going to do email recipient. Oops. Right? Okay, so then if we go here, we're going to make a destination. SES types, destination. And the 2 addresses will be 2 addresses. Oh, it's supposed to be a slice? Oh, my bad. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So, looking at... So, let's close this. I'm cool with that, I think. Okay. Do we need tags? I don't think so. Do we need endpoint ID? I hope not. Do we need feeding, forwarding, email address? I don't think so. Do we need feedback, forwarding, email address, identity, ARN? I don't think so. Do we need from email address? So I don't have one that I want to use that's verified, so I'm going to try it without, but it seems like we might need it, so I'm going to try it without first. Reply to. Okay. So I think this might be all that's needed. So that means that we then go ahead and try to send the email, and we'll get a send email output and an error. So we'll say send email output error equals SES v2 send email context, there we go, send email input. What do we think about that? SES v2.send email. Oh, really? Oh, it's the client send email. My bad. Cannot use send email input. Oh. Okay. So then let's take a quick look at the send email output, and we'll log whatever the output is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, shoot. Send email output. For now, I guess I'll maybe just put the message ID. So we'll put format. No. We'll put log printf. And we'll put sent email with message ID yeah. Okay, so then we'll say if error is not nil, whoops, log dot printf error sending email. And then what do? We'll just return error. Okay, so is this ready to try then? Let's see what happens when I try building. All right, makes sense to me, I guess. So I suppose I will now try uploading that and try this Lambda the way it is now. Let's go back to the console. We'll choose Lambda. And we will upload the new zip. Okay, sure. I got, this time, the unsweetened seltzer. Natural pomegranate mango flavored, caffeinated, sparkling water with other natural flavors. Where's my OBS? There it is. Cascade Ice. All right, so we updated it. All right, fair enough, fair enough. So if it is now updated, then if we go to the site, we should see, so it says this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and clear the local storage. Okay, so here's the form. So, uh, let me put a date. I'm gonna have to, of course, remove all my saved addresses. That's craziness. Crazy craziness. All right, so did it say no good? What did it say? It said 500 in this case. So let's go back and look. So presumably that is an error in the code that I just did. I think. We'll find out here pretty quick, I guess. Well, it would be logged. It would be logged in this one. Okay, so here's the error. So we're going to be able to fix this quickly or not quickly. Let's see. Well, it just says bad request exception. So, well, clearly it's not going to work with a bad request exception. Are we going to be able to see that under SES? So it did come back as bad request exception. Operation error. So we got operation exception. Oh, shoot. Common errors. So we got a code 400. It didn't say it was this, though, or did it? Well, it didn't say that. It didn't say this either. Request expired. Throttling. Validation. No, it didn't. Ah, but you know what? Actually, I do think I know what it is. I think we just don't have the permissions on here. Because we had to put this into here. So now we're gonna have to put in another one for SES. So we're gonna edit. Is it coming up? Here it is. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we're gonna add another effect. So the action this time is going to be something on SES. I believe it should be SES send email. It might be V2. I guess it's probably V2. Send email. Resource. So presumably that means we now need to find the ARN for this. Or do we? Okay, so here's send email. And the permissions that we need. The input you provided is invalid. So it might be. Have an ARN here somewhere? No. Configuration. So they did SES send email. So they used an SES ARN here, I guess. Maybe it'll help autocomplete somewhere. Okay, I cannot see what I'm at right here. Let's try this. Maybe this will help us. So, services. Okay, hold on. Okay, so add resource. Services unavailable. Well, that doesn't seem right because, let's see, we did effect allow, action send email. We don't need this condition, I don't think. We do need this resource, I believe. Well, what did I do? So they did ARN, AWS, SES. Region. Some identity? Do we need to add an identity in here? Well, I do have one. Does this have an ARN? Ah, here it is. Okay, so what does it say the error is? Where does it say the error? Okay, so now I guess we could try it again. Let me see. Okay, my bad. Okay, so it's still no good, right? So it says 500, so now we want to look here. Monitor, CloudWatch. See if it says the same thing. I guess it'll probably be the same thing. So it does say bad request exception. Okay, so now let's look in here again. Okay. Oh, I didn't set up the environment variable yet. Let's do that. That's the next thing to look at. Configuration, environment variables, edit, add, and I have it as email recipient there. And I'm going to put that in. It says it's updating. Okay. Here we go. Let's try again. So still says the same, 500. Okay, so now here we go. No, it still says the same. Bad request exception. Let's see here. Let's see here. Send email. Do we need these option functions? Options? Let's see. What is this? API options, app ID, base endpoint, client log mode, credentials, defaults, endpoints, options, resolver, region. It says this region is required. Opt functions. When I did the other stuff, there was like an example. Sender address, verified. So I verified the domain. Can I send from any address that I make up from the domain? Well, maybe that's what I want to try next. So in the send email input, let's see. From email address. And we can just use a string. I am going to put that into one of these environment variables as well. Save. All right. So I'm going to put from address equals get env email sender, right? And then here we saw that this is from email address. So if we have a from address, that's probably better. Maybe. Oh, man. Okay. Let's update. And then this is going to be useful information. So they used a config set subject they did use char set for the content. I think it said there was a default for the char set, but we might need to look at that. The character set. It says if the text includes characters outside of the ASCII range, you have to specify a character set. Well, that's very possible. I've been trying to send emojis. So let's be sure we actually do put UTF-8 then, the way they did here in the example. That makes more sense, right? Where did the example go? So they put UTF-8. And does that match what we see here, or wherever? Char set. Okay, so let's go back here. So wherever we have this, we want a char set, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay. What else did they do here? Let's go over this carefully. So, do we have a sender address? Yes. Do we have a receiver address? Yes. Config set. So they said the configuration set to use for this email. If you do not want to use a configuration set, comment out the following property and the configuration set name equals config set argument below. Okay, so let's find out what the configuration set is. Is that up here somewhere? Oh, man. Configuration sets. So do we need these? Okay, configuration sets are groups of rules that you can apply to your verified identities. A verified identity is a domain, subdomain, or email address you use to send email through Amazon SES. When you apply a configuration set to an email, all of the rules in that configuration set are applied to the email. You can use configuration sets to apply the following types of rules to your email sending and can contain one, both, or neither of these types. Event destinations allow you to publish email sending metrics, including the numbers of sends, deliveries, opens, clicks, bounces. Yeah. Like, So, it said, what did it say? Shoot, where was it? Using the API. Is this where I was? Yeah. So it said, if you do not want to use a configuration set, okay, so let's skip the configuration set for now. It doesn't sound like something that's going to do anything for me. We did the subject line, and we did the body, the text body. I did not do an HTML body, actually. Do you think we need to do an HTML body? Let's see what it said again. So the body, it says we have body struct, an object that represents the version of the message that is displayed in email clients that support HTML. HTML messages can include formatted text, hyperlinks, images, and more. And the text content. Well, okay, so they used both in the example, so I guess let's also use both. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so we have a text body, and we are also supposed to now have an HTML body. So that's fine. So we're gonna say it's gonna be similar. So let me just copy here. Oops. Okay, so this one is gonna be called body HTML string. And so in their HTML, they included HTML first. And then they said they had a head, but they didn't put anything in it. Sure. And then they had a body. Okay. All right, so then we'll put this as H1. Sure. Here are all the details. So let's make this a paragraph, I guess. I suppose we don't really need these new lines in the HTML version. And then this is going to be a list, right? And this will be a list item. This will be a list item. Okay. Sure. Oops. Right. So that's the end of the list, I suppose. And then I guess this is another paragraph down here. And then they ended. Okay, so then they just end the body in the HTML. So that's fine. Okay, so we'll use this body HTML string. So this is going to be called body HTML. Yeah. And so then when we do the body, it's going to be like that, right? So the body has an HTML content and a text content. Okay, so let's see what else they did in the example. Okay, so that was all the static read-onlys, and then we made a client. So we do have a client. We're gonna go send email request, source and destination. Okay, source and destination. So for source, I have this from address, right? So they put subject, body. For the subject, they did not include the char set, it looks like. So maybe that's fine. And we're not using the configuration set. At least, yeah, I don't think we need it, hopefully. Then they went send email. They caught an exception. Okay, okay. So yeah, it's a very straightforward example. I love it. It's pretty, you know, they did some things beyond what I had done, and so hopefully now that I've followed their example, hopefully that means now we're maybe okay. I don't know. So let's build and oh shoot. What happened on 146? Oh no. So I used the wait a minute. So I used body text here and again here. Why is that? Okay, I did something weird. Let's get rid of all that. That's all copied for some reason. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did. Okay, let's look it over again. Did I do anything else weird? I think it should be okay. All right. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, let's upload the Lambda again. I don't know where it is. Okay, so we're gonna go here. And we are going to upload. Oh gosh. Upload. Zip. Okay. So now if we try it again. Okay, so now let's see if I think it's still gonna say the same thing, to be honest, but let's see, let's see. Oh, good. Hooray! That's good progress. That's good progress. In fact, that's good enough progress. I'm gonna go ahead and commit. And then we'll obviously fix this thing. Cool. Very good. Let's commit. Add the email sending feature to the land. All right, I gotta take another couple minutes or whatever. All right, I'm gonna maybe 5 minutes, and I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Okay, back again. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There's still so much to do. What time is it? 11:51. That took forever. Some of the others are probably also going to take forever. Maybe not. We'll see. So, let's get Paul. Oh, really? Um... Okay, great. Okay, so let's fix that little thing. So we're going to have to add the permission, which is mentioned here. So we need to perform the SES send email, and we need to add this resource. So let's add it. Okay. So we'll go back here. We will find the role that we had been looking at, which is this one. We will edit. And we will add a resource. And next, save. Okay, so we added the resource. My expectation is that the same error should not come up now that we've added the resource. Refresh again. I'm gonna put some kind of thing here. Okay, so still no good. Well, let's see what is the latest. Configuration set, really? I did not know that, but okay. Let's add that one as well then. Roles. Edit. Okay. 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 Configuration set, I guess. All right. All right. It's cool. It's cool. So now let's see. It went through. So let's see. Oh. And wouldn't you know it, I did receive the email. So that's good. That's ready to go. The email is right there. Awesome. Okay, so we can check that off the to-do list. That's actually working. No, not this one. This one. Completed project to-dos. All right. Okay, let's go to send text. So now for send text, I think we want to use the SNS. Let's ask my Olama. I think Gemma 3 usually seems reasonably smart. To send a text when my site is hosted on AWS using the serverless facilities, would you suggest using the SNS service to send text messages? Oh gosh, it's gonna... I'm not... Okay, it says yes. So just say yes. What are you... Oh my gosh, just say yes. Just say yes. Okay, so good. It says yes. Great. Just say yes. Just say yes. Okay. So now we're gonna try that. So let's open up the SNS. Simple notification service. Okay. Create a topic. So this is gonna be Aqua Vantage text notification. Okay, next. All right, so standard sounds good to me. I don't need to worry about, let's see here. Encryption. So here's the thing. So for the texts, I'm not going to send any personal data in the texts. I'm just going to send a text saying, an appointment was requested, check your email. So I'm not going to worry about that. I might need an access policy. I'm not even sure. I haven't done this before. So I'm just going to leave all of these turned off for the start to begin with, I guess. But some of these are going to have to be changed. Okay, so let's say I create topic. And it's going to be text messaging SMS. That's what we're going to do. Let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, we have to verify my phone number. Let me try again to try not leaking it. I've leaked pretty much everything. If you want to see what I've leaked, I guess check the bots. Anyway, I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to add my phone number and try to verify it. Oh. No origin entities available to send. Okay, so I guess I have to add an origin entity. So let's take a look. Okay, here we go. So create and manage phone numbers. So if I request an originator, we're going to go to United States. Okay. Use case. Definitely less than 5,000. Local. We do not need two-way. We do not need international. Okay, next. Recommended is 10 DLC. That sounds fine to me. Oh, wait. No registration, but only supports voice. So we need SMS. Okay, so this is probably fine. Registered brand. Do we need a brand? I think it's going to tell me I do. Wait a minute. Resource policy. Let's do SNS. Okay, so it does say we need to register a brand. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I guess we want this one. Brand registration. All right. I don't know this. I don't have this information. Um, I don't have any information about this. I could get it. I'm meeting with the guy today at 4. Um, the email might be good enough. I'd like to do both, but I've got a couple other to-dos, so I might put this one on the back burner. Because the email, like, it immediately showed up on my phone, so that might be good enough. Do people use that phrase? I feel like it's a really, like, old-fashioned phrase, right? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the front end. Okay, let's add the swiping functionality. Page turn with touch swipe. All right, so for page turn with touch swipe, let's see what we want to do for that. So let's open this. So for touch swipe, I gotta think again. So basically, we can do this, and we can sort of like simulate touch. See, this looks horrible, but you know, we'll do something. So let's look at the MDN touch events. So if we get a touch event, let's see. I really just want swipe left and swipe right. So we're gonna look for touch start and touch end, I believe. Yes. Okay, let's look at touch start and touch end. Okay, so if I go document body add event listener for touch start, we can do that, right? And can we do it for touch end as well? Okay, so then we're on here. We're kind of simulating touch, but or trying to, but nothing quite happened. Touch start. Let's do, well, let's see. I'm not sure. Can I simulate? Here, let's go. Look. Chrome, developer, tools, simulate, touch. Let's see. Emulate touch events, location. Let's look here. Yes. Okay, so toggle device mode. So we kind of did that. Mimic touch gestures. But I didn't see anything getting logged here. So I probably did it wrong, I guess. Okay, so let's look again. So we want to... So we can choose one of these, right? So let's just choose, like, this first one, maybe. But yeah, that still doesn't help. Toggle device mode. Okay. Yeah, so I don't see... So, let's see. So let's say this one is touch start, and let's say maybe it's not body, I don't know. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool, good. Where's the X and the Y? Oh, here it is. It's in touches. So let me refresh. And let's try it again, but let's do touches. That's not quite right, is it? Or is it? I'm not sure even. So this has a touch. Shoot. Touch event. Target touches. Shoot. I think I just want to look at touch end. Okay, so here's touch end. So there's no touches. Changed touches. Here it is. Oh, interesting. So I feel like if the touch, like, if the touch ending X, let me write this down. If the touch ending X minus starting X, the X delta, is greater than the Y delta and greater than half the window inner width, I will count that as a swipe. That's my initial idea for the swipe. So like it's more horizontal than vertical, and it's more than half the screen width, basically the window inner width. Then we'll count that as a swipe, I guess. So when we do that, let's see what else. What else does it say about touching? Touching here. So does the touch itself have, so it has an identifier and it has coordinates. Force, rotation. Okay. Cool, cool. That's all good. Does it, like, when it gets changed, or, well, shoot. So touch event is going to be either, what was it? It's going to be either touch start, touch end, or touch move, or touch cancel. Okay, so this one has an identifier. All right, I'm gonna do this. I think the swiping is kind of necessary, but it's not gonna make as big of a difference as fixing the zoom either. But I do think it's necessary. I think it's silly to have it without the touches, the touch swipes. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna do this in a second. So basically, we need to listen for a touch start. Okay. So I'm gonna say const. Oops. Const touches. So I'm gonna have touches that I keep track of. I'm gonna say document add event listener. So we're gonna start with the one for touch start. And then let's look at this again. Okay, so I'm gonna do document add event listener touch start. Okay, so just looking at the touch start. Okay, so we see it here. So it shows it here as changed touches. So we're just going to say we want this changed touches sub-0. So it's going to be changed touches. No, why did I put a space? Why is touch highlighted? I'll just call it T. Oh, I'll just call it T. All right, so there it is. And the information that we want, we're going to want the identifier for it probably, I guess. We're going to want the client X and the client Y. I think. Yeah, I think that's right. and the identifier. Okay, so there they are. Client X, client Y, identifier. All right. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, let's finish this thing up. I'm gonna want to take a break, a longer break. But let's finish up the swipe first. I don't think it's super long. We'll see. Okay, so if I do... So let's make this a set, actually. So if I say touches equals new set, right? Then every time this happens, then I will say touches dot add like that, right? And so now if I'm over here and I touch, then now my touches looks like this, right? So then, so that way we can find each touch easily. All right. So that's all we have to do in the touch start, I believe. So we're gonna go, let me just copy what I did there. Copy, copy. Yeah, pretty much this exact thing, I believe. Okay. Oh, I don't actually... Oh, wait. Yes, I do need the identifier. What am I doing? Okay. So add event listener touch start, and we'll put that in there. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, so I'm going to refresh here, and we're going to paste that in just like that. Oh, touches. Wait, really? Refresh. Oh, right, because it's declared in the code. Okay, so now if I touch, there it is. And if I touch again, there it is. So technically, it seems like that identifier is always going to be 0 when there's only one touch going on, so I don't know. I think that's fine. So now we need one for the touch end, and then we'll be good. So we'll go... Okay, so at this part we go document, add event listener again. The name will be touch end. It's gonna be, I think, exactly the same. Changed touches. Client X, client Y, identifier. And now we're gonna say const touch start equals touches identifier. But let's go ahead and destructure that as well. Start X, start Y, like that, right? Okay, so then once we have this start x, we're going to say delta x equals client x minus start x, right? Okay. Then we'll say if delta x is greater than delta y and delta x. Oh, well, this needs to be the absolute on each. Okay, so this means I'm counting it as a swipe. And so then, if it is swipe left, then that means it is... I don't know. Okay, so we start with a greater and we go to a lesser. And so that will be positive. That's a swipe left. No, okay, so we start with a greater. So if it's a negative, that's what... I don't know why I'm so crazy. Okay, so if delta x greater than 0, so if we swiped right, then we page elements, next page, click. And so if it is less, then we go previous. Okay, let's load it and see what happens. Uh-oh. That doesn't look right. It looks horrible. What happened? Access to font, get... Oh, I don't know what happened, actually. Oh, okay. Looks like... Oh, wait. I put more than page width. It's supposed to be more than half page width. My bad, my bad. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Goodness. Okay, here we go. Wait. Let me try again. So if I swipe like this, I'm swiping the wrong direction. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know what? Whatever. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, okay. So is it too little? Maybe it should be more like 1/3, to be honest. Or even maybe... let me see what 1/3 seems like. I'm okay with that for now. Let's commit that. So we just added this part for the touch swipe. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. I'm going to take a break after this. Add the, let's see, add the swipe touch response.